Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe love to dig through their favorite movies for Easter eggs and references, but some hidden secrets are harder to find than others. Here are a few deep-cut Easter eggs that took audiences multiple years to discover. As the very first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Iron Man has a lot of differences from the dozens of expansions, sequels, and spin-offs that followed it. There's references to real-world conflicts, no team-up action, and wait a second, that's not Don Cheadle. One thing the mega franchise has had since the very beginning, however, is plenty of Easter eggs and hidden references to reward the most perceptive fans. The hidden details in Iron Man are many, but that doesn't mean they were all easy to find. In fact, one particular Easter egg took fans a good decade to discover. Tony Stark's final adversary in Iron Man is Obadiah Stane, his former mentor and the manager of Stark Industries. He starts out as a fairly jovial presence propelled by that trademark Jeff Bridges charisma that even shines through Stane's immaculate suits and chrome dome. But there's a sinister reality underneath. In fact, Stane was actually the one who planned Tony's kidnapping at the hands of the mysterious Ten Rings organization in an attempt to take the CEO position for himself. In the film's explosive climax, Stane ends up donning the Ironmonger suit and giving Tony his first taste of supervillain combat. In 2018, Reddit user Hello to Horse noticed that Stane actually foreshadows his true intentions around an hour into the movie, simply by sitting behind a grand piano and playing a peppy little tune. While the scene might look unassuming, the man behind the composition Stane is playing is actually Antonio Salieri, an 18th century composer who is depicted as the killer of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart in the 1984 Best Picture winning film Amadeus. While there's no actual historical evidence that Salieri killed Mozart in real life, the version of the composition played by F. Murray Abraham does mirror Stane's arc in Iron Man eerily well. After all, both Stane and Salieri are older, less brilliant talents who envy the prestige of younger, more celebrated geniuses to the point that they start plotting their respective downfalls. The first Guardians of the Galaxy is a treasure trove of hidden references, many of which director James Gunn has long refused to point out, not even to Chris Pratt and other stars of his own film. Although the movie came out in 2014, there may still be secrets just waiting to be discovered, as Gunn has teased for years that a massive discovery has gone unnoticed for some time. In April 2020, however, the director did admit that a large part of the final major Guardians of the Galaxy Easter egg had been discovered. Some think that it might hint that Peter Quill's mother Meredith, played by Laura Haddock, is actually a cosmic force known as Eternity that embodies the universe itself. The jury is still out on whether or not that's actually the case, but fans have certainly received their money's worth of Easter eggs from the blockbuster ensemble comedy. In 2018, 4 whole years after the film's release, Gunn confirmed a hitherto undiscovered Easter egg in which Stan Lee's cameo scene subtly features Lee's famous catchphrase, "Excelsior," written in the Skrull language. As recently as February 2021, the director took to Twitter to shoot down a theory that an image of Peter's father, Ego, was hiding in Meredith's brain scans, and casually revealed that the brain scans originally contained yet another Easter egg, which may or may not actually be in the final cut. And that's not even counting Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which has its own host of secrets for inquisitive fans to uncover.
After all these years, I've found you.
February 2nd, 2018 was a good day for Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson. An eagle-eyed fan had finally managed to spot one of his favorite Easter eggs that he had hidden in the film. As he retweeted the discovery, Derrickson commented, "I've waited 2 years for somebody to notice this." Twitter user Tim D. Leiden was the first to point out the Easter egg, which reveals that one of the most dramatic events in the movie, the car accident in which Doctor Strange severely injures his hands, happens on a very particular date. As Doctor Strange decides which of his expensive timepieces to wear to the conference he would end up crashing en route to, a quick glance at his watch face reveals the date to be February 2nd, a holiday known as Groundhog Day. While Groundhog Day is a very real holiday in which a rodent in Pennsylvania predicts the weather for the upcoming season, it's also the name of the legendary 1993 time loop comedy starring the equally legendary Bill Murray. As a weatherman sent to Punxsutawney to cover the annual festivities, Murray's character Phil Connors finds himself reliving Groundhog Day over and over again, doomed to spend eternity reliving February 2nd unless he can somehow find a way out. The reference is more than just an allusion to the comedy classic, it's also a subtle hint at the good doctor's future. After all, Dr. Strange eventually wins his seemingly hopeless face-off against the mighty Dormammu by trapping the powerful villain in a Groundhog Day-style time loop, dooming it to live their confrontation over and over again until it becomes frustrated and gives up. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about your favorite Marvel movies are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.